It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gon' come, and it's here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second case I have seen where a white person sued for being fired for being white, and they won bigly. Okay? Now, there probably are more, but let me tell you the first one I remembered. I remember there was a white male who worked at a hospital. He was fired for being a white male, and he was replaced by a black woman and a white woman. So they got rid of one white male and basically hired two women, one black, one white, to replace him. Ugh. Good Lord. And he sued, and he got millions upon millions of dollars awarded to him. And now we have another case. Now, there probably are other cases where white people are suing for discrimination, and actually winning. However, I can only remember this one and the one I just said earlier, and then this one. And this was great. I saw this one on Twitter, and I had to tweet it and say, this is the way. Let's read it, and we're also going to look at a news video that will also go into more details. Wow, Starbucks ordered to pay over $25 million to ex-manager because she was fired for being white, was scapegoat for two black men getting arrested for breaking company policies. This was so long ago, and I remember it like it was yesterday. So you had these two men who were just sitting in there. They weren't buying anything, and one of them asked to use the bathroom. It is customer policy that you don't give a key to anyone who's just freeloading in there and just using the spot and not buying any water or coffee or any kind of eatery or something to eat. And so they were arrested because they refused to leave. They just wanted to be martyrs. And then Starbucks started bending over and started making apology tours, and then they changed the policies to the point where anyone can use that bathroom. Well, guess what happened to that particular store where they said anybody can use the bathroom? Well, you had a lot of employees there who refused to clean the bathroom because you had a lot of needles in there, you had a lot of drug paraphernalia up in there, and it was unsanitary, and you started seeing a lot of bad things on the wall and stuff like that, human waste and everything. And then it just got to the point where the store was unmanageable, and then they just had to basically reverse, because they closed it down for a while, and then they just basically went back to their original policy. Now, I don't know if that store is still there or not. I kind of don't care if it is, but what I'm saying is that they bent over backwards. Everything went bad quickly, and now they reverted back to their original policies. However, I don't even know if the store is still standing. But let's go ahead and read this, because this is some good news. Girl, I'm so glad you got your money. Ooh, child, that'll teach them. They're gonna sit up here and try to be woke. It is a rarity in today's America when justice prevails, but this is exactly what happened in New Jersey this week. A white Starbucks regional manager named Shannon Phillips was fired back in 2018 after her staff refused to let two black men use the bathroom at the Starbucks in Philadelphia. She sued the coffee giant 1 year later, claiming that she was fired for being white. This is so great. Yes, discrimination can go two ways, okay? The Daily Mail revealed on Monday that Phillips won $25 million, girl, okay, in punitive damages and $600,000 in compensatory damages. A federal jury found that she was indeed fired because of the color of her skin, which is a violation of a Civil Rights Act. Wow, this is great. In April 2018, two black men named Rashawn Nelson and Dante Robinson arrived for a business meeting and were waiting for another person to arrive. Nelson was denied permission to use the restroom because he had not purchased anything he had not purchased anything. Starbucks policy says people must purchase something before using the restroom. A CBS News reporter, a Star employee, arrived and asked the pair if they needed any assistance. After Nelson and Robinson said no, Starbucks staff contacted the police. Once they arrived, they arrested the pair and escorted them from the cafe. Now, no. It's more than that. They were asked to leave. They refused to, and they were arrested for trespassing. That's how that worked. Had they left the premises, they wouldn't have been arrested. But, they got to play. My sister did me racism. My oppression. The network notes that their arrest prompted protests from BLM agitators after video of the incident came out. They accused Starbucks racism and threatened to boycott the place. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Let them boycott. Or they can go to Dunkin' Donuts. Like they got all that money to spend it at Starbucks. Starbucks manager later moved to coddle the agitators. CEO Kevin Johnson made the trek to Philadelphia to personally apologize to the men. Yes, get on your knees and kiss their boots, okay? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so white. Oh my God. I just don't know. Oh my goodness. I can't help but act in whiteness. You cocks, I swear. He then ordered them 8,000. He then ordered then 8,000 locations to be closed on a temporary basis so that the company's 175,000 employees could undergo racial bias training. I remember this. Oh my God. In her lawsuit, Ms. Phillips revealed she had no involvement in the detainment of the two individuals, but was still terminated a month later. Instead, it was a black employee who dialed 911 after Nelson and Robinson sat down and refused to depart when requested. See, told you? That's what I'm saying. The police said you got to leave, and they said no, I'm not going anywhere, and then they got arrested. It was like a perfect plan, okay, of being a martyr. Swear, these people never obey the police. Moreover, Phillips also said that Starbucks started punishing white employees who weren't involved weeks later, but gave black ones a complete pass. That is discrimination. This was a total travesty of justice across the board. One can only hope the other employees who were mistreated have the courage to come forward. Oh, well, I'm sorry, but if homegirl got $25 million, I'm sure a lot of other white people are going to come back and say, you know what, I too was mistreated. Where's my money, please? Anyway, let's look at this video that I saved here from News Nation. We're not going to look at all of it. We're just going to look at the probably the first half, but as they go into an interview, we're not going to look at that because that's just a time waster. So let's look at this.
This week, a federal jury ruled that Starbucks has to pay a white Starbucks manager $25 million.
Yes!
After she was fired amid the national backlash over the arrest of two black men at a Starbucks store. She successfully argued she became a scapegoat. You might remember this incident.
I
April
remember.
2018, two black men went to a Starbucks in Philadelphia for a meeting while they waited for the third person to arrive. They didn't make a purchase.
They also tried to get the police officers fired for doing their job. I remember this now. Okay, this was in the whole thing of Black Lives Matter and everything done to the black person is always a white person's fault, this, that, and the other. So I remember this, and I remember they trying to get the police officers fired too. It didn't work, but still.
One of them asked to use the bathroom. He was refused because he wasn't buying anything.
True.
They complained, were asked to leave. Cops were called. Moment was caught on video.
They didn't do anything. I saw the entire thing. They didn't.
And of course, you got white people. Oh, what are you doing? Stop! It was. What was so bad about this video is the white liberals. The white, I guess you could say, saviors who were interfering and actually just allowing this bigotry of low expectation to take place and not hold these idiots accountable for what they were doing. What they were doing was wrong. They were in the store, had no intentions on buying anything, and then they wanted to basically like cause a scene and refuse to leave when the police officers told them to leave.
The woman said for paying customers to go out there to eat. They didn't do anything.
The arrest of the two men fueled backlash, protests, boycott threats, and accusations of racism.
I've used the national.
Oh, these heifers here.
The national on my look.
But what's the 911 call you're never going to hear? Hi, this is the Starbucks at 18th and Spruce. There are two white women sitting in here. One of them asked to use the bathroom and she didn't order a coffee. Come quick.
Yeah, because they order coffees. Boom, headshot. I was about to use profanity, but I just remembered I am recording this video for this channel, so I almost said the B word, but I caught myself.
I know there were some people saying,
oh,
well,
Lord, this idiot who's not funny.
Nothing, huh?
Trevor, what is
because
his name?
what
Trevor Noah?
Everyone is doing nothing.
That backlash led
Still not funny.
Starbucks to actually change its policies. Now they allow anyone to use their cafes or bathrooms.
Not anymore. That used to be the policy. They changed it back. That's like I said, I don't know if the store is still there. If anybody knows if the store is still there, please let me know by leaving a comment below this video.
Without buying anything. It also led to Shannon Phillips, a white regional manager who worked for Starbucks for 13 years and oversaw several locations, including the one where the men were arrested, to be fired. Phillips had refused to suspend a white manager who oversaw stores in Philadelphia, but not where this incident occurred, because of allegations that person had engaged in discriminatory conduct. But Phillips said she knew that wasn't true. So before her firing, Phillips said she was always told she was doing a good job. She claimed that Starbucks tried to, quote, punish white employees who had not been involved in the...
Let's look at this. 2019 complaint about Starbucks took steps to punish white employees who had not been involved in the arrest, but who worked in and around the city of Philadelphia in an effort to convince the community that it had properly responded to the incident. So so Starbucks is gonna punish innocent people. You know what? This $25 million is exactly what you deserve to be taken away from you. You know what I'm saying? I know the juries have probably heard this and said, you know, we got to put a stop to this. This whole woke stuff, this whole discriminating against white people, it has to stop. And this was a message given. I hope this happened more often, but this is a message giving to everyone that you can't be picking on white folks and thinking you're going to get away with it.
Arrest, but who worked in and around the city of Philadelphia in an effort to convince the community that it had properly responded.
Oh, I didn't know he was going to read all of it.
Her attorneys said, quote, Starbucks chose not to terminate the district manager of the store where the arrest took place, who was black, but instead terminated his white supervisor.
So you refused to fire the district manager, but you decided to fire the supervisor over him who was white. So anybody black basically was good. They had nothing to worry about, including the black man who called the police in the first place. But if you were white and had nothing to do with it, you had to be made an example. I think they should have got like $85 million, taken away from them. I believe $85 million should have been awarded to the ex-manager, really.
It's Phillips. Now, 5 years later, Phillips won her wrongful termination lawsuit, was awarded $25 million in punitive damages and $600,000 in compensatory damages. Starbucks denied that Phillips was let go because she was white. They said she was fired because she performed poorly in response to the episode.
And they couldn't prove that. They couldn't prove that she was performing poorly. And the jury saw right through that.
The arrest, a jury thought otherwise.
True.
Joining us now is Fiona Ung.
Okay, I don't want to. Yeah, nice Fiona, but we don't need you right now. I'm so sorry, girl. We're going to have to turn away from you because I don't want this to be a long video. But congratulations. I am really happy for her. I'm glad not only did she get paid all of this money, but I'm glad this is a lesson learned to Starbucks and any other woke company. Now this need to happen to Ben & Jerry's, okay? I think a lot of these woke companies don't understand the consequences of doing all this discriminatory actions against white people, basically making them the villain. But most of all, just catering to a small category of unhinged individuals who really don't have that much spending power, and it's causing you guys millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. So take that, Starbucks. That's what you get, and you're not gonna get any pity from me. But anyway, what do you think? Are you happy for her? I know I am. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment below this video. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe and don't forget to hit the like. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, taters.